Thank you very much for the invitation to attend here this evening. It's a great honor to have this opportunity to talk with you. And I guess just to give you a little bit of background, I'm running for the Liberal parties in Windsor-Tecumseh because I believe that our community deserves better. We deserve more than what we've been getting over the last 10 years under the current government. I was born here, I was raised here, I'm the 10th of 11 children. I come from a hard-working family. I had the great privilege of working for Mr. Gray from Windsor West. Mr. Gray was a great man for many reasons. What I most admired about Mr. Gray, though, is that he delivered for our community. He delivered with humility and modesty, with not a lot of fanfare, but he worked very hard for the people that he represented. And that was always his first priority, was to help his constituents and to ensure that his constituents had the full resources of the Government of Canada. And that's what I intend to do. That's the kind of representation I want to bring back to our area, where we work for the people that elect us and that we bring the government resources to our community. And that's my first objective. I'm also very proud to be part of the Liberal team under Mr. Trudeau. I believe that we offer a platform that speaks to our community. We're going to get people working again. We're going to turn the page on the politics of fear and division and scapegoating, and we're going to return Canada to its greatest place, which is being a peace broker, a peacemaker, focusing on humanitarian and peacekeeping and training efforts. And I think that that's the best thing we can do for Canada, is to return us to our greatest influence, and that's focusing on peace and humanitarian efforts. I'm also very proud of the Liberal Party and what we're doing on the immigration front. We're going to put a focus on family reunification. Waiting 44 months to bring your loved ones over is too long. We think we can do better. I think as a member of Parliament, the most important thing that you can do is help your constituents deal with immigration issues. I learned that from Mr. Gray, and I can tell you that as your member of Parliament, I will work diligently to help you and your family with the immigration challenges you confront. And then finally, I just want to say that the most important thing in this election is to defeat the current Conservative government. We have to defeat Stephen Harper and the Conservatives. And the most important thing to do in doing that is returning Windsor West, where Dave is running, and Windsor-Tecumseh Liberal. That is the biggest blow we can deal to the Conservative government, is returning Windsor West and Windsor-Tecumseh Liberal. Our area has a great tradition of being liberal. At one point we had more Liberal cabinet ministers in this area than any other area in the country. And that's the kind of influence and representation we want to bring back. But to do that, we need your help. We need you to vote, and we need you to vote Liberal. And voting Liberal means ending Stephen Harper's government. That means facilitating our return to a peacekeeping nation. It means ending problems with the border. The best thing we can do is defeat Stephen Harper, and to do that, I need your help. I need you to vote for me. I will work very hard for you. I will always be available. I thank you for your time. It's been a great pleasure to talk with you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me here tonight. It's a pleasure and an honor to meet with you. I had the pleasure of meeting with you at the conclusion of the celebration of Eid al-Adha, at which time I discussed with some community leaders and many of you the concerns you have with the current provincial government and their education policies. Again, I'm running as a federal Liberal, and although we don't have any direct influence on what the province does or doesn't do, I pledged to some of the community leaders that I will write a letter to our provincial cousins regardless, and let them know your concerns about this sensitive education topic, and I'm still committed to that. I also share your concerns with processing immigration applications. A Liberal government is committed to investing hundreds of millions of dollars to speed up that process, and specifically, we're looking at prioritizing family reunification, so that families get back together more quickly, and as you continue to focus more on rebuilding a life here in Canada as opposed to trying to bring family members from overseas. So we're going to reunite families much more quickly than is currently the case. We're also going to double the number of applicants for parents and grandparents that are allowed to be sponsored into the country each year. We're going to provide greater access to applicants who have Canadian siblings so that their application can be processed more quickly. and we're going to allow spouses of immigrants to obtain permanent residency immediately. A Liberal government is also going to immediately address the growing refugee crisis in Syria that's being caused by some unfortunate elements. Canada is going to immediately, under a Trudeau government, expand the intake of refugees to 25,000, allow for unlimited numbers of private sponsorships for refugees, and invest $100 million this year to process the refugees through the system more quickly. Leading this country means bringing people together with hope for the future. We have a responsibility to significantly expand refugee targets and give more victims of war a safe haven in Canada. This has always been the Canadian way, and I'm proud to be a member of the Liberal team that's committed to ensuring that tradition continues to be honored. As I discussed with the Shia community previously, I know that the Shia community in Windsor is committed to peace and wants to ensure that Canada remains secure from violent elements. A Liberal government will repeal the offensive parts of the Harper Conservatives Bill C-51, but will work to ensure that our laws properly balance the need for security with the need for proper government oversight of law enforcement. We'll also work to ensure that any security legislation does not improperly target any specific religious or racial minority. Likewise, the Trudeau Liberals are opposed to Bill C-24, which creates 2 tiers of citizens, and the ban on niqab, which has been unfortunately used as political football recently. Both unfairly target people of the Muslim faith. That's unacceptable. A Liberal government will repeal Harper's 2-tier citizenship law and ensure a strong and united Canada where all citizens are treated equally and their rights to religious freedom are honored. My leader, Mr. Trudeau, recently said the following: Liberals believe in a Canada that is united, strong, not in spite of its differences, but precisely because of them. These values have been abandoned under Stephen Harper, who wants us to believe that some Canadians are less Canadians than others. That is wrong. There are no second-class citizens. Leading this country should mean bringing Canadians together, not dividing them against one another. So thank you again for allowing me to be here tonight. The richness and diversity that you bring to our city makes your city a better place. And I appreciate your hospitality this evening. Thank you. I look forward to talking to you more further as the evening goes on. Thank you.